Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. Today's video is brought to you by Infinity Dream Liquor Palace. They are located on Great Jack Street on Imperial Plaza, just below the Savannah Lamar Police Station and Courthouse. Let Infinity Dream help you to get in the spirit of Christmas. For all your authentic liquor, check with Infinity Dream. At Infinity Dream, they don't do knockoffs. If you are keeping a party for the holidays and you want liquor and consignment, check with them. You can call Infinity Dream at 876-724-8228. That's 876-724-8228. Ensure that you check with Infinity Dream. You will not be disappointed. So today, we are going to be talking with our in-house lawyer, Mr. Lambert Johnson. In this video, we are going to be talking about squatters' rights. This is going to be very interesting. There is a lot to be learned in this video. And anyone who owns land in Jamaica, this video is for you. Now remember, hit on the love button, as also share the video. So here is our discussion with Mr. Lambert Johnson.
Sir Johnson, welcome again, sir. What you do?
I'm very well.
Yes.
So, season's greetings to yourself and your many subscribers.
Yes, sir. Same to you and the family. Yes, sir. All right, Sir Johnson. Sunday coming will be, well, the 25th of December is Christmas Day, but it will be celebrated the Monday, and as a result of that, Boxing Day will be celebrated the Tuesday. What's the reason for that? I know, is there a law that governs that?
Yes, there is. This is the Christmas that I enjoy the most.
a lot of us.
When I have 2 Christmas days.
Yes.
Christmas Day is the 25th and the 26th, and this is governed by the Holidays Public General Act. This is just general information.
Okay.
And it provides that we are...
Hold on. Did you say of 1895?
1895.
Okay.
But it was last amended in 1999.
Okay.
But what this act does is to make provisions that when a public holiday falls on a Sunday,
yes,
it is then celebrated on the next day, which is the Monday.
Okay.
But this holiday coming now is extra special. So because this Christmas is on Sunday,
yes,
then and we celebrated the Monday, it gives us Boxing Day on the 27th.
Yes.
So the entire country should be in great celebrations for the 25th, the 26th,
and the 27th.
But what it does is, one of the benefits is that on those days, public holidays, those persons like security guards,
yes,
or persons who work overtime are entitled to double on both days.
Yes.
So that is when a lot of security guards and firemen like to work, because they get what I call a double.
yes. you know, I always think it's a favor being granted to us. I didn't know it was something it was the law.
No, it is the law.
Okay.
And the regulations require that the Ministry of Labour put out a notification at least 7 days before.
Oh, so when Mr. Samuda put it out the other day, it was a requirement by law.
It is a requirement by law.
Okay.
And if you remember, that is why when Jamaica qualified for World Cup in 1998, as I recall.
Yes.
And our then Prime Minister declared the very next day a public general holiday. You had person saying that he was breaking the law.
Yes.
And then he made that famous
not a shackle.
comment.
Yes.
The law is not a shackle.
yes. So is that the reason why it was amended in 1999?
No, it was amended in 1999 because other things needed to be amended.
Okay.
That person concerned especially the Labor Day.
Oh.
Because while we have Labor Day as the 23rd of May, Some persons want it to be fixed, like a fixed day of the month.
Yes.
Just like how we have, National Heroes Day being the 4th or the 3rd Monday in October.
Yes.
But that was not done. So we have, so that was the amendment that was being contemplated then.
Okay. Well, I think we learned something from that because that is new to me. Anyway, today we want to talk about squatters' rights. A lot of people are asking some questions, so let's dive into that.
So as it relates to squatters' rights, this relates to the right of persons who have been in occupation of land for a certain period to be able to claim the land as their own. So I'll start off by the timelines that are set out.
Yes.
So if you want to claim someone else's land, you have to be on it for another member of the public for 12 years. But when it comes to government, the law is 60 years.
Oh.
But you don't just claim. What happens is that you have to be in what we call open, exclusive, undisturbed possession.
Oh, okay.
So once the person comes to you and says, I need my land, that open, exclusive ownership, possession rather, is disturbed.
Oh.
And so that is why in times past, we have this thing called peppercorn rent. So you would rent someone land, they might be a family member, but just to have some documentation, you give them a lease where they pay maybe $100 per year.
Oh.
Peppercorn.
Yes.
Because you don't want, in a generation or two, someone comes, my father or my grandfather used to live on the land and never pay rent a fee land.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so I recall when I was at Norman Manley Law School, there was a strategy that was taught or was pointed out. So let's say you have a family member who is on land belonging to you, and you don't want them to acquire this open, undisturbed right to ownership.
Yes.
You would then serve them a notice.
Okay.
I hereby give you 30 days notice to quit, and you serve it on them. And then when they come and say, man, what you mean to give me notice? I'm just joking, man, I never mean it.
Oh, yes.
But what you have done, by the writing of that letter, you break the 12 year.
Oh.
And so that is what would show that they did not have open undisturbed. Someone who has a registered title, for instance, and this is what usually happens, who goes overseas, doesn't pay the taxes, locks up his title in his safe in New York or Florida, and 20 years later he comes back, and then he sees a house and he says, man, you're on my land. Person is going to say, but I have been on it for 12 years or more. And they'll be able to show, maybe they'll have a light bill, some utility bill. They could show bills as to when they were buying material for construction of their house.
Yes.
And if they can establish that it was for more than
12 years.
12 years.
Yes.
Even though you have registered title, this person would have no obtained superior rights to yourself and become the owner. So what would be required in those circumstances is for the squatter to now get the services of an attorney.
Okay.
To file an application at the title's office. It's a procedure that must be gone through. And title can then be issued in their name.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
So sometimes what persons do to get this kind of entitlement is they see the land, and there are persons who do this. They'll go to the tax office and find out who has not been paying taxes. And they go and they build even a small hut on it. And they start paying the taxes and they fence. And if nothing happens, then you see them taking steps to become owners of the land.
I didn't know that. Right. But the law says for government land that's 60 years because the government
60 years.
They're protecting their interests. Yes.
So a lot of persons there are some persons who are of the view that someone being allowed to defeat a registered title because they did nothing for 12 years is a little unjust.
Yes.
But it is for persons to ensure that they protect their property because land is valuable.
Yeah, man.
No more land is being made.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So don't just buy the land and leave it. So
Yes.
one of the things you can do is put up a no trespassing sign.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on the size, you know, if you have there's a house lot or, you know, a couple of acres, you fence it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the difficulty arises when you have large acreage.
Yes.
20, 30, 100 acres, and you can't occupy it all at once and you're not around.
Mm-hmm.
And you have no one to enforce it for you.
So
those who have land,
yes.
I recommend that every 2 years at least, visit all your properties, ensure that no one is there, and if there are persons there, you take steps to get them off immediately. Of course, in those circumstances, you serve them a notice to quit
Mm-hmm.
and to take them to court. So I must tell you though that in terms of tenants,
Mm-hmm.
once you are a tenant or you are given permission,
Mm-hmm.
so this is it. Once you are given permission to go on the land, you can't later claim adverse possession because you are given permission.
Okay.
Right.
And that permission can be either orally or in writing, right?
Or in writing.
Okay.
But that is why I say when you're giving someone permission to go on your land, have that lease, peppercorn rent.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be anything fancy, you know. You can handwrite it,
Yes.
signed by both parties.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I was in law school, there was a lease that was legend
Mm-hmm.
because the terms of the lease handwritten, half a page,
Mm-hmm.
and it says like, I leased to John Brown one shop spot. And it was spelled S-H-A-P
Yes.
S-P-A-T.
Yes.
Because that's how they pronounce it, one shop spot.
Spot. Yes.
And from the discussions we had, it was regarded as a good lease because it was in writing and it was signed by both parties.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Getting it in writing is always best.
So if somebody own like 20 acres and somebody go build a house like on a lot of the land, that the person can and they are there undisturbed for over 12 years, they can claim ownership of that spot that they are living on.
Yes, they can.
Okay.
They can.
Okay.
And another principle comes into play there. I didn't want to go down that road, but I'll share it.
Yes.
Called estoppel. Estoppel.
Okay.
So what this is,
Mm-hmm.
so for instance, you have the land and you see someone building a house on it, and you say nothing, and you wait until the house is complete, and then it come and say, excuse me, sir, you're on my land, may I have it, please?
Mm-hmm.
The law is going to say, no. In your face, to your knowledge, you saw this house going up, and you said nothing. And so in those circumstances, you're stopped from claiming the house. And so how the law will work it out, because you have the legal title.
Yes.
You can get the person out, but then you'll be obliged to pay for the value of there.
Really?
If you're overseas and didn't know, then that's a different thing.
So that is even if it's under 12 years?
Yes. So, I'll go further then. So, if you're overseas for 10 years,
Yes.
and someone builds a palace on your land,
Mm-hmm.
and you come back with less than the 12 years, that person is in trouble.
Okay.
They are in very big trouble because you are entitled to get them off your property. I mean, if they so desire, they could maybe enter in negotiation to sell it, but the owner of the land can say, I have no interest in your house. Please take it off.
Yes.
And your castle, your dream house, has to be demolished.
Whoa.
And if you don't demolish it, then the owner of the land gets the benefit. So it is a big risk you take to build your palace on captured land. And so in Jamaica, we call it squatters' rights, but the legal term that anchors it is really adverse possession.
Okay.
So I know you have thousands of viewers overseas. I will just invite them that if they have property that they have not visited in a while, please go ahead and visit. If you see persons there, write a notice to them or write some documentation. Don't serve it yourself if possible. Have a third party serve it and endorse that they served John Brown on the 1st of January 2023, and you see that. You can even take pictures because that's the day and age we are in.
Yes.
Record the conversation on your phone. That way you can defeat anyone or prevent anyone trying to get on your property and take it away from you.
Okay. Somebody was telling me that her father bought a piece of land. There's no will. I asked the person about will specifically. There's no will in place. Apparently, the person is saying that the only thing they had is a diagram of the area that her father bought. Her father died a few years ago, and now her daughter is building on the land. She's saying that her father was buried on the land. They don't have no receipt. They don't have no title. Nothing was transferred, and if the father, the daughter is now building on the land. I advise the person to talk to a lawyer still, but are you picking up? Yes.
Well, but based on what you have said to me,
yes.
One of the first things that I would have to say, land is not bread or grocery.
Yes.
Always get it in writing.
Yes.
Because you can rest assured a short pencil is better than a tall memory.
Yes.
So always when you come to transactions that touch and concern land, get it in writing. But even those circumstances that you have given, the person who bought the land seem to have gotten some rights, because why would you allow someone
to be buried
bury a body on
your
land?
Yes.
So that would raise questions.
Yes.
And would seem to suggest.
Yes.
And this would bring to light a principle that we call part performance.
Oh, part per
performance.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So, to give an example, if you employ someone to, let's say, build a house for you.
Yes.
And they only built up to window height. You can't come and say, boy, you haven't performed the contract, Person can say, but I've done part of it.
Oh.
And the part which I've done can be measured, and I should be paid for it.
Yes. Yes.
So if you buy land but you have no paper, but suddenly you building on it, and the owner is not saying anything, the inference to be drawn is that there must have been some transaction, and the act of building on it is what we call would amount to part
performance. Okay. All right, so John, we have our next topic. I think we're going to touch a part of it, and then we see how far. Yes, let's go ahead into that.
I will be frank. I don't want to overburden the subscribers.
Yes.
This is the holiday season.
Yes.
But for this in January. So next year, next week is Christmas Sunday, so we won't have a program. But the following week.
Yes.
The following week is going to be New Year's Sunday.
New Year's Sunday. Yeah. We can still work out something, man, because people, whether holiday or not, people still want to hear what's happening. What are their rights?
But I will be doing a series on what I call partition of property.
Yes.
That is when persons get together in a relationship and acquire whether real property or items, and then unfortunately they decide to separate. What does the law say?
Yes.
What if the woman makes no contribution at all, but she is at home taking care of the children and ensure that when you come home tired, your house is clean and you're properly fed? Does this give her a right? These are the things that we will discuss in part of property and what the law says. Is there a time frame that is required for the persons to be together? Can unmarried persons, do they fall in this category? These are the type of questions that will be answered on the next occasion.
Yes, sir. All right. Thanks a lot, Sir Johnson. And Merry Christmas to you and the family, sir.
I wish you a very Merry Christmas as well.
Yes.
And what I say to your viewers, from my humble house here in Westmoreland to all across the world, Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Same to you, Sir Johnson. We'll talk, sir. Respect. All right, sir.
Blessed love, everybody.